Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So this is the second piece of dental equipment I've taken apart, and my mom said that this thing was sterilizing, but it wasn't draining properly, and it's an autoclave. So basically, once the instruments are used on a patient, they have to be sterilized through a very rigorous, pressurized, high-temperature system, and that's what this thing does. And I think I found the problem. She said it wasn't draining, but it was sterilizing, and I think it was just this drain tube got pinched like that. And so I just cut this piece off of it, and it goes back in there. But the interesting thing, like, I took this thing apart, and I was extremely impressed, or surprised, at how much it had going on in here. Because it's got, you know, obviously several thermocouples. It's got some big FETs, MOSFETs, a bunch of switching stuff, you know, some terminal blocks, a couple fuses, and a BIOS battery. Alright, so this thing's got a computer in it and data that it has stored. I'm sure it was quite expensive whenever it was bought, and it was made in Canada. But the interesting thing, because this is what would go wrong and cause something, because I don't really care what you say. You know, solid state components do fail, especially when they're around water, and anything that can cause corrosion. You know, it just takes one circuit to malfunction, and then it's not going to work anymore. And it's not easy to diagnose. You know, you got this, and if anything doesn't fail with a direct short, you know, you're not going to really be able to see what's going on here and fix this thing. But the interesting thing that I found, that I really have a hard time believing, is that this BIOS battery has been tack welded. So once this BIOS battery dies, I'm pretty sure they expect you to throw this machine away. And that just blows my mind. Like, why wouldn't you put it someplace where, you know, after 10 years or whatever, because this thing's really expensive, that you could just replace it, you know? And then if you unplug this thing and you switch the battery out, what data does it have on it that it's going to lose that you're not going to be able to reprogram? Like, I'm sure it's more than just the time. I could be wrong, but I think that's pretty ridiculous. I think when they built this thing, they knew that battery was going to die eventually in some given amount of time, and they didn't plan on anybody replacing it. Because if they did, they would have put in a little battery holder instead of just tack welding it directly to the PCB. And I think that's pretty retarded. So, yeah. Not very impressed, but play with the hand you're dealt, I guess. And I doubt that if this BIOS battery ever does die, that it'll end up getting fixed, because who knows, you know, what data is stored on it and how you would have to go about reprogramming it. But yeah, I don't know, I found that and I thought it was interesting. But it is a neat little circuit that you got here, and all this input and output data and modulation and everything. But that is how dental equipment is made. It's kind of interesting because you don't have the cost of scale, you know, or the whatever you call it when you make a lot of things. These are just, you know, they probably make a couple hundred of these, and then they sell it for however much, and don't expect them to be repaired. But that's what happened. So thanks for watching. If you like these videos, consider subscribing and letting me know what you think I should look into next. Thanks. Bye.